Absolutely critical, and there's quite a lot in this, and I want to touch on it, and I want to just color it for our listeners who will be familiar with our 10 principles ScaleX framework. And the first principle is psyche, and we always advocate, and certainly throughout our program, that you must lead self first before you lead others, before you lead an organization. And I completely align to the 4 keys, which we're going to get into. And we were having this conversation just before the show started. Often we arrive at this point because of certain traumatic events in our life, and you've described obviously the shock news from your wife that she was leaving. And of course we always justify, and intelligent people will do this, what we do in the context of, but it's for us. And you've very honestly said, yeah, well, that's how I justified traveling the world and living the wonderful consultant lifestyle. What I really love about the 4 keys is what you do is the communication. That don't wait on a traumatic event before you actually start to align and start to become aware of these 4 keys. It doesn't have to be this traumatic event. Just be conscious around these, the body, the mind, the emotion, the spiritual aspect, the relationships. So we've teased the listeners enough. Andrew, can you unpack for us the 4 keys?
Yep. Well, I think it's one of those things that people can take away and implement immediately, off the back of listening to this, which is, thinking about life in 4 keys, which is your business, your body, your relationships, your mindset. And I don't, people say, oh, so I've got to be 100% at all of them. No, it's kind of like an equalizer. Sometimes, particularly when you're scaling a business, you need to be all in on the business. You might have to put some 12, 13-hour, 50-hour weeks, and that's the reality. But it doesn't mean we switch the others off, and that's sometimes what happens, or we become blind. We just forget about it because they're there, right? So we turn up for breakfast, we're there, we might have a little bit of a play with the kids, So of course I'm doing my thing, but actually it's more than that. So it's more about thinking proactively. Okay, if I'm going to do this on a day-to-day basis, what's my goal in my business? What are 3 things I need to achieve today? How will I show up in my relationships? What's one thing I can do for my body that I'm going to thank myself for next week or next year, if I did it consistently? And what can I do for my mindset? So the idea of, going for a walk for 30 minutes, forcing yourself to get out, doing some strength work, whether that's body weight work or some weights, eating how you fuel your body today, and making sure that there's some planning around that. What do I need to think about in my relationship? Okay, I've been away a lot. My partner has been, with the kids, for example, a lot. I need to build that in today. This afternoon, I'm going to come back at 2:00 and spend some time. I'm going to commit to that, and just thinking proactively. Or if you're away a lot, thinking, right, I'm going to be away for the next 2 weeks. I need to plan some stuff in over the weekends, to make sure that I'm not dropping the ball there. And so just having that awareness, that conscious awareness that there are these other facets of our life, and that just because we're doing well in our business doesn't mean we're going to get a medal for that. That's our role. That's our duty as a business owner. And this is not, sometimes when I first started it, this is a kind of like a men's health thing for business. I said, well, no, actually, this is got nothing to do with gender. This is to do with, if you're running a business, whether you're a female or a male, it's a challenge to do that. So it's nothing to do with, because initially it was kind of going in that direction. It's like some sort of men's health program. I think it's not just that, because I speak to a lot of female entrepreneurs and business owners who have the same challenges, with that. So that thinking about it on a day-to-day basis, what can I do in my body? How will I fuel it? How will I stay strong? What am I doing in my relationship? What am I doing for my mindset? Am I getting up? Meditating for 5 minutes, or just having some time to myself, getting that walk in, slow down to speed up, just making sure that we are doing that. So what I encourage people to do is have a vision, and keeping it to 12 months, keeping it simple, but a vision across the 4 keys, not just what's my business vision. Actually, what's your vision? How will you feel in your body in 12 months? How will your relationship be in 12 months? How will you feel in your mind in 12 months time? How will you look, act, and feel? And kind of reverse engineer that to, okay, where am I now? What are some of the challenges I'm experiencing now in my business, body, relationships, and mindset? So we've got a beginning and an end. And then saying, well, what could I achieve in the next 90 days?